Hi, you've reached Brett Kepler. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Coffee Time. You'd think that being this close to the holidays, things would have slowed down where I can actually film a video when I'm not driving in the car, but that's definitely not been the case. But I did want to give you a few quick tips in regards to your next home buying experience. They always say never judge a book by its cover, but fortunately for you with houses, you should definitely judge a house by its cover. So there's really 5 areas I always want to make sure I point out to my clients about what they need to be looking into when it comes to buying your next home. So the first one, as soon as you get to the house, close your eyes, open your ears, and really listen for what's going on around you. It could be extremely loud highway noise, it could be extremely loud construction going on, but you never know what's happening there in the area unless you actually just listen. And don't stand next to the noisy air conditioner and listen. Just listen while you're in the front. It's really going to affect how much time you spend outdoors. The second thing is you want to also look around at all the electrical lines. You'd be amazed at how ugly neighborhoods can be when there's all these electrical lines running everywhere and you don't really notice it unless you take a second to look at it. So for me, curb appeal is very important. I always want to point out the electrical lines, not only because they can be ugly, but also they can affect how much your children can play outside and fly kites and that good stuff. The third thing is always look at the roof of the house. So the roof can be extremely expensive, especially with some of these larger homes. So what you want to do is look for missing shingles, look for loose pop shingles. You can kind of gauge the age of how old it is based on how dissolved the shingles might look. Look to see if there's a few layers. A lot can be said about how someone takes care of their house by the condition of the roof. Another thing is you want to make sure you check around and look at the neighbors. So these are people that could potentially be your best friends, or at least very close friends. So look around, make sure the neighbors look like they keep their houses cared for. There's not that one really crazy neighbor across the street that just looks like they're a mess and are probably going to keep you up, every other weekend with some sort of shenanigans. So make sure you check out the neighbors. And then lastly, make sure you check your cell phone and see if you have good reception. So if you're anything like me, I probably have my cell phone on too much. In fact, I probably, would like to go back to when we didn't have cell phones, but, there's no changing that. But make sure you have good bars. I've been in houses where I see more and more, especially younger people these days, if they have one bar in a house, it just may not work unless they really, really love the house. So those are my 5 tips for buying property and really judging a house by the cover. So you don't have to go inside yet. Those you should check out before you even walk through the front door. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful Christmas. And again, thanks for all your support of me and my entire company. Take care.